The fate of 10 aspirants in the governing NPP Flagbearer Race will be known today when the vetting committee presents its report to the National Council. It is not yet known the aspirants, including Vice President Dr. Baumia, Dr. Efria Akoto, former Agric Minister, former Trade Minister Alan Chermante, who have been qualified to proceed to the next stage of the election. But spokesperson for the vetting committee, Osebonso Amon, says any aspirant who will be disqualified has a right to file an appeal at the National Appeals Committee before the processes continue. Well, my colleague Samuel Mbura, who's been monitoring this for us, joins us with more via Zoom. Mbura, what have we picked from the committee as far as those who are qualified and those who will not qualify for the next stage are concerned?
Well, actually, at the moment, we cannot tell who has qualified among the 10 aspirants. But what I can say is that the committee is expected to present its report to the National Council of the party through the General Secretary today. My checks at both the campaign office and then the headquarters of the NPP indicate that the committee is yet to meet the General Secretary to submit the report. So after the submission of the report, that we will know if the executive committee of the party sits on it and then publish it. That's where we get to know who exactly or who have actually gone through the process and those that have been dropped. So at the moment, information is actually sketchy around those that have qualified and those that will be disqualified.
Let's look at the rules governing this whole exercise. We were promised that it will be a fair process, but what are the rules?
Well, the exercise has gone on smoothly. Then the committee expressed satisfaction about the performance and the conduct of the aspirants that have appeared before it. It only gave a directive that it is a guideline. This is actually a convention in the party that after the vetting process, you are not supposed to tell the media the questions that you were asked, the comments or anything that transpired during the exercise. So for now, every aspirant will have to be tight-lipped about what happened during their encounter with the committee whilst waiting for the document to be published. I earlier spoke to one of the aspirants to find out whether they have been engaged ahead of the submission of the report to the National Council through the General Secretary. And what I was told is that it is an internal exercise. So they have gone through the process, they are waiting for what the party will say, and then they will take it further from there. But as you heard Mr. Obi Amwa, if anyone is disqualified, you have the opportunity to file an appeal with the appeals committee of the party.
So we also got to know about the cost of the forms. What are they?
All right, so the cost of the forms is in relation to the parliamentary elections within the orphan constituencies of the party. So the nomination forms will cost 3,000 Ghana cedis to pick and an additional 35,000 cedis for filing. And this opening of nomination begins tomorrow for the orphan constituencies of the party across the country.
I know that there are people with special needs who would also want to contest this particular election. Are there special arrangements for such people?
Right, Asha, in order to promote increased representation of women, youth, and persons with disabilities in higher political offices, such aspiring parliamentary candidates will enjoy a 50% rebate of the filing fees. This means that they will be required to pay a non-refundable fee of 15,000 Ghana cedis, as against those that will pay about 35,000 when filing. Those who are outside this category will pay 35,000. Those with special needs will pay 15,000 Ghana cedis.
Samuel Mbura is our correspondent following this for us. We can now listen to Obi Amwa, who is chairman of the vetting committee.
Spent the days here since Monday. Thankfully, today we have concluded on our assignment when we managed to vet the 10th person who has applied to be a presidential aspirant and a candidate for the party. We've complied with the mandate of the National Party to ensure that anybody who has applied to be counted as a presidential aspirant has gone through the process. As the chairman said, by Monday we should submit a report, and if any person has been disqualified, he has the right to appeal to the National Appeals Committee before the process continues. Was decorous, respected the committee, and answered our questions. We've had no occasion to say that anybody has misconducted himself. Even when the person thought probably the question was unexpected, they've answered the questions to our satisfaction. We've completed the process. The next step is to submit our report to the party. That's the most important thing. We were given a week within which to conduct this process and submit a report. Based on our report, the party will follow on with the timetable. And as it's been put out, when they will ballot, when we will do the special electoral college, all has been spelled out by the party. Thankfully, we've gone through the process and no petition has come against any person.